Okay, a farm fence lineup here, all about autumn. So these first two patterns are both table toppers. Neither are particularly autumnal in their design, just in their palette. So this first one is a 42-inch Dresden. It is called Lazy Daisy. Super simple straight line piecing. It's a flip and fold, so you get that pretty edge without a fussy binding. The center can be appliqued by hand or by machine. And this one is done with a Free Spirit bundle in the colorway of Citrus. Okay, this little project is made with scraps. It's an English paper piecing project, so if you're a handwork lover, if you've never tried English paper piecing, you might consider this project. The hexagons on this are large and there aren't that many of them, so you're not overcommitted if you decide you don't like it. This is another flip and fold project, so a pretty edge without a lot of fuss. This one is called Squash Blossoms, and actually this is part of our $5 pattern line. So we have a full line of $5 patterns on the website if you haven't found them yet, and this is one of them. Then there is this pattern, which is one of my favorite patterns that I've designed. This one's called Patchwork. So all of these pumpkins are improv pieced, so each one is unique. You can see that there are short pumpkins with tall stems, tall pumpkins with short stems. This one was quilted in an all-over spiral. And then once that was done, I came back in with a light green thread and over quilted it to give it those pretty tendrils. So that's just a fun little extra thing you can add to this pattern. So Patchwork. Then there's a whole line of soft pumpkin patterns on the website. These are also part of the $5 pattern lineup. This first one is called Lumina. So white scraps, low volume scraps, improv pieced. Again, there's a video here in this lineup if you haven't improv pieced before and you'd like to know how to do that. Floral spray leaves, and the stems on these are wine corks. This pattern is called Fairy Tale, so it comes in small, medium, and large. Floral leaf accents again, and it has a rolled wool stem. Now this one and Lumina both, they get their shape by cinching embroidery floss around the pumpkin itself. But this one, called U-Pick, gets its lobed shape just by the way that it's cut and sewn. It has a big wool leaf, little stick stem, and you can see that's a nice sort of squat little pumpkin shape as compared to this big shape. And then the last one is just 3 little pumpkins stacked on an urn. This one's called Sugar Pie. I like to use this one as a jumbo pincushion, so that's a cutie. One more small project. This is called So Warm and Cozy. It is a rice sock shaped like a hot water bottle. You can piece it or cut it out of a single piece of fabric. So this one you just pop in the microwave to heat it up. You can put it in the freezer if you want a cold pack instead. This one's great to put on a sore back, or if your feet are cold in bed at night. If you've got maybe bad endometriosis or PMS, put that on your tummy. It's also a good one to give to sick friends. And then last is the skeletons. So we've pieced one in a low volume palette to look more like a skeleton, and one in a color palette to look more like a Day of the Dead celebration. This one in color is put on a printed black tone-on-tone background. So if you don't like to do a lot of quilting, you can keep it super simple there. If you do like to do a lot of quilting, this one on solid gray gives you some great opportunity to make that happen. And of course he has that super cute little heart. So these are both the same pattern. You can see you can position them any way that you want. And this one is called Seymour Bones. So that's the fall fun lineup.